Buy the pandemic, sell the election. Analysts all pointing towards this theme ever so more today as we've seen a big fall across the equity markets globally, particularly in the US session with US stocks down. Dow Jones down almost 700 points, the S&P 500 down 3.5%, the Nasdaq, the biggest faller on the day respectively, down almost 5%. Behind me, the chart of the Dow Jones, you can see the impact of that relentless sell-off today. Some would say perhaps that this could just be a short-term correction. Other more bearish people are looking at investors coming out of these growth trades, looking at the reality of a possible uncertain election result this year, and of course the prospect of higher corporate tax if a democratic government is elected. So we've fallen down after crossing that 29k mark a few days ago. We're now at 28,295, so almost 1,000 points in a trading session. So let's see if this does continue for coming into the end of the US session. We've got another few hours to go. A lot of selling at the moment, as I said, investors coming out of this growth stock. But if we were to look at the higher time frames, we can see we're still a long way to go from a complete correction of recent gains over the last few months. That being said, we're still very much bullish US stocks. Of course, Federal Reserve monetary easing policies have really assisted that trade. Low interest rates, investor appetite increasing for the stocks. The whole retail momentum behind this trade to the upside is also helping investors to carry it forward and potentially looking for more pullback opportunities. If we see where we're currently sitting at the moment, this 28,300 mark does also mark a key support level that we saw in December 2019. If we trace this right across our charts here, we can see we're just entering into that zone where we did have a previous wick to the upside, marking a nice support to 28,300, current area of support. A break of this, then we're looking at any real touches of the 26,900, 27k mark. And then if you're looking for bearish targets to the downside for a market correction, if this whole buy the pandemic, sell the election comes into play, any areas below that 27k mark heading all the way down to 26k are your possible targets. So how do we play this? Well, you wait and see how today closes, you wait and see how this week closes, and of course you'll have all important polls coming out over the next few weeks which could dictate a further momentum to be decided for the US stock market. Overall, however, nothing fundamentally is changing. Interest rates are still remaining low and appetite for growth stocks are in play. However, an unwind of this heading up into the election is also probable. So do trade safe, trade accordingly. If you do have a stock portfolio ongoing or you're in some index trades, look at possible hedges, look at commodities, gold holding pretty steady today as well. So again, these safe value assets as well as currencies such as the Swiss franc, the euro of course, which is somewhat performing well. France, German stimulus package also to note today, but do trade safe and we wish you all the best. Have a great weekend.